Welcome to BL Stories, where romance, drama, and unforgettable boys' love come to life. Love knows no limits, and the best stories aren't always straight. Subscribe now and join our growing BL-loving family. I am Charlie. I am 34 years old now. I am a manager in a well-known bank. I have a wife, a daughter, and a nice house. If you look at it from the outside, my life seems to be complete. It is quiet, nice, and complete. But inside, there is a part of me that I have not noticed for a long time. I did not immediately think that there was something wrong. But as time went by, there were nights when I could not sleep. I just looked at the window thinking, is this really how life is? I am not saying this to anyone, not to my wife, not to my friends. It's just me and the silence. Inside the car, in the middle of the traffic, or in the middle of the night, all I hear is the ticking of time. There are questions that I cannot escape. There are feelings that I cannot explain. And it just started, everything got deeper when it came. Xander, 27. One of the new hires in the creative team. Quiet but not loud. Good at speaking, good at moving, and above all, true. No art, no showing off. We first met at the pantry. Sir Charlie, good morning. He greets while making coffee. He is wearing a light blue polo shirt and dark jeans. He looks simple but presentable. Good morning, I answer while making coffee. I notice that my feelings for him are light, and I cannot explain why. Since then we always meet. In the elevator, in the hallway, in the meeting room. Sometimes we go home together. Until one day he came to my desk. Sir, can I accompany you to the seminar tomorrow? I don't have a car. Sure, I answer. Just accompany me. It's simple, but there's something that makes me smile. I don't know why. We travel early the next day to the seminar. He is wearing long sleeves that are rolled up, and he only has a faded backpack. His hair is a bit messy, as if he is not used to the early call time. But even so, he has a love factor. We were quiet at first, but as time went by, my feelings for him became lighter. He talks about his family, about his transfer to the city, about his previous jobs. I am just listening, but to be honest, I want to listen to him. Sir, are you happy? He suddenly asked. I turned around for a moment. To what side? In your life now? He answered, a bit serious. I couldn't answer right away. I looked at the road. Happy? In a way that I should be happy. He just nodded, didn't say anything. But I felt that he understood me. And from then on, it was like a door was opened between us that never closed again. After the seminar, we talked more often. Sometimes about work, but mostly about simple things. Music, movies, food, trips in life. When we eat together in the pantry, I notice that I am looking at him. When he doesn't come in, it's like there's something missing in my day. And when he laughs, I just want to listen. I like your laugh. I said sometimes while we were walking outside the office. He looked like he was laughing. Really? Others said it's like he's just stupid. No, it's true. He has a sound. It's true. He smiled. Thank you, Charlie. In every moment, I'm happy. There's also fear. Because I know that this is not a simple friendship anymore. Since we often go home and eat together, we slowly became comfortable with each other. There are days when we drink coffee together outside the building after the shift. It became frequent. And there are signs that seem to say something, but it's all the same. Sometimes, while we were sitting on a bench near the parking lot, he suddenly became quiet. Sir, I would like to say something. He raised his hand while turning the cup of coffee in his hand. I asked even though I'm nervous. I'm not straight. It's been a while. And lately, I can't help but notice that my view of you is different. I'm quiet. Not because I'm shocked, but because I can feel it too. But I don't know if it's right to admit it. Because I know that if I say it, I might not be able to go back. Is that okay, sir? It's okay, I said. It's okay. It's just that we didn't talk again after that. But in the following days, everything changed. We became closer. In other people's eyes, it's normal. But for us, there's a weight to every simple movement. How he laughs at my jokes. How he sticks when we walk. How he looks for me when we're not together. One time, we were allowed to drink with other office mates. But after 1.5 bottles of beer, the two of us said goodbye and went home together. Inside the car, we didn't talk right away. He just looked outside. "I'm glad you told me that," I said, while focused on the road. He looked at me, smiled happily. I felt lighter since then. Since then, he became more open. He called me sometimes, for no reason. He sent me memes or cat videos. Me too, I became more open. I asked him if he's okay and if he's eating. We still don't talk directly about our feelings. But we both know there's a deep connection. Quietly and slowly. But we can't escape it. We don't talk to each other. We don't have a label. But slowly I felt. One Friday night, the team allowed us to drink. But we both refused. "I'm just tired, sir," he said while smiling. "I just want to be quiet. Don't promise me, sir. I might get mad at you." "Just kidding." He laughed. But he didn't look at me. "Just a gesture. When it's just the two of us," he said. He looked at me. He has a different tone. "Not just a joke. Let's go," I said. "I know a place." We were quiet the whole trip. But I felt a rush in my chest. Sometimes he looked at me. Sometimes we were both quiet while singing on the radio. We didn't need to talk. His presence was enough. When we arrived at a motel, I just asked the front desk for the short time rate. He answered. And then we just kept quiet. We both knew he has a line to cross. When we entered the room, we didn't talk right away. He closed the curtain. I just took off my watch while he was busy turning on the air conditioner. He's quiet, but I can feel the tension in the air. "Are you nervous?" he asked while getting closer to me. "No, I'm just nervous about you." "Oh," he smiled. "Why?" "Because when you're close, I forget that someone is waiting for me at home." He stopped, looked into my eyes. He didn't say anything, but he could have held my wrist. "I don't want to steal you," he said. "But I want you to know that you're safe with me." And he kissed me. First lightly, like asking if it's okay. When I didn't go back, he pinched me. It's like every kiss is saying, "I'm just here." Our bodies are both hot, but there's no hurry. He took off my polo one by one, slowly. As if he's freshening every part of my body that I've been holding on to for a long time. In the box of being a husband, a father, a man in the eyes of the society. I also took off his shirt. I hugged him and we lay down on the bed. There was no light, but the yellow lampshade on the side. From his kisses on the lips, neck, and chest, I felt the warmth that I haven't experienced for a long time. "Charlie," he rolled his hands on my chest. "I hope you'll choose me even for a moment." "When we're here, you're the only one I choose," I answered. It didn't take long, just a few hours. But in that short time, it's like the world stopped. Before we left the room, I fixed my polo. He fixed the hair on the mirror and pinched my wrist. "Are you okay?" he asked. I got up. You're better now," he said. It wasn't the last time. He followed me. Sometimes to the motel somewhere. Sometimes even to rooms in other places that only has a ventilator. To out-of-town seminars. For example, each of us has his own room. But we'll stay up all night. We'll talk while hugging. "Why are you looking at me?" "Yes, sometimes." Because even if we've been like this a few times, it's still like the first time. And sometimes while his head is on my chest. "Charlie, if you don't have a wife, is it just me? If no one else will get hurt?" "Yes, just you." That's where I got stuck. It's not just about the body. Every step he takes, there's respect. Every look, there's compassion. Every night, every care he takes, there's a greeting of, "I love you." To him, I found the comfort that I've been looking for a long time. To him, I don't need to explain. Our stare is enough for me to feel that I love him. After that night, we became more careful. We didn't say anything, but we both know that something has changed. The more we move, the more we look. There are more questions that don't need to be answered. But at the same time of avoiding, we fell more. Every lunch break, we eat together outside. In a small cafeteria, behind a building, or sometimes in the food court of a mall. It's simple, but it's always special. "Try this," he said sometimes, while holding a spoon with pork sour soup. "Can you do it?" I asked. "I want to, but I want to see what your face looks like when you're drunk on salt." "You're stupid," I laugh at the answer. Go ahead, try this. I also want to see how you get drunk. Sometimes we're like this. We joke around, and lay down under the table, as if it's just an accident. Sometimes, while we're on the escalator, he suddenly squeezed his hand on my jacket pocket. Hey, what are you doing? My hand is getting cold. Isn't it okay if it's just the two of us? I didn't answer, but I didn't take his hand away either. There are days when we drink coffee together outside the office. We don't talk about us, but we're already there through avoiding and getting close. Sometimes he asks while we're sitting on the bench near the parking lot, if you don't have a wife, what are you doing now? Maybe, I'm still with you here, but without guilt. If you're single, I'll court you while smiling. How are you going to court me? I ask while smiling. I'll call you every afternoon. I'll bring you coffee, and I'll write your name on my notebook every day. Wow, you're like a high school crush. Well, I do have a crush on you. I couldn't answer him back then, but the truth is, I kissed him. At my age, I never thought I would feel that again. The simple happiness, the love, the feeling that there's only one person who's happy because you're there. We still have a chance to go home together, but we don't go through his condo anymore. Not because I don't want to, but because I'm afraid that I might get used to it. I might forget that I have another life that I have to go home to. But even so, I can't stop myself from looking at him while I'm driving. And sometimes I catch him looking at me. Your eyes are beautiful in the car's light. He said that sometimes, while we're stopped in traffic, you're fooling me again. It's not like that. When you're the driver, it's like you're the savior of the world. Sometimes, there are still nights in my mind, his hug, the silence, the moment that I don't need to explain anything. When I'm with him, it's like me again, not as a husband, father, or team leader, but as a simple person who wants to be loved. But in every kiss and hug, there's still fear. Because we both know that we can't be together. And sometimes, it hurts even more when you love him and you're happy, but you can't fight him. Until now, I'm still living with my family. And Xander and I are still connected. We're not together every day, but we're always there. There's no label, no big promise, but it's clear we love each other in the way we can resist. In a world where it's hard to love secretly, we chose to take care of each other. Not because we're ashamed of what we feel, but because there are things that need to be taken care of quietly. And every time we drink coffee in the same pantry where we first met, I just smile. Because sometimes, you can feel that you're loved enough even behind the careful eyes, in the simple words, take care, in the moments when you eat together in the car, or in a night in a motel where there's no need to explain. With a male friend, I also found myself. And even if I'm not ready to change the life I have now, I'm sure I can't give up our connection with Xander. Maybe, even though we're not together in the eyes of the world, but every time we choose each other in the simple moments that are quiet but true, that's where I learned that love doesn't always need to be shouted to be felt. Yes, I sinned in the eyes of many, but in the midst of all this, I felt a kind of love that I never thought I would experience from a male friend. A love that is quiet, true, even though we know it's hard. A story of a quiet love. A story of a slow encounter. A story of two men chosen to love in the midst of silence. We don't always feel right in the eyes of the world, but it's still true. Sometimes, the deepest love is the one you can't shout, the one you need to hide, take care of, and deny, even to yourself. If there's one thing I learned, it's the truth that even with others, there are hearts that learn to love wholeheartedly, without exchange, without embarrassment. Thanks for listening to today's BL story. If it made your heart skip a beat, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Only here on BL Stories, where love knows no limits.